Yes, you are. It is 4:30 on this Tuesday, April 14th. Thanks for being with us on KITV Morning News. I'm Chris Saldana. It is 4:30, and we start with some breaking news this morning of a deadly stabbing in East Austin. Within the last half hour, we have learned some new information today as well to give you an idea of just what areas are going to be affected. So it starts here in Lakeway. It's going to go all the way up through 620. It's going to come through this route, head up towards the church, and it ends near Anderson Mill. So if you're going to be in this area sometime throughout this morning, give yourself some extra driving time because that procession will be taking place. It starts at 10 at the Weed Corley Fish Funeral Home. We do have Juliet Dreyer on location, and we do know that crime scene investigators are on that scene. There is supposed to be a news conference that happens in about the next 30 minutes. As soon as we get any information on this shooting, we will definitely pass it along. We don't know if it's a fatality. We don't know a lot on this, but we are following it. Meantime, there was an earlier shooting that happened. The U.S. Supreme Court has ruled police can no longer drag out traffic stops so that drug sniffing dogs can check out some crazy because this started on Saturday, and here we are Wednesday, but we are still talking about this because it is severe. A total of 13 people dead across the state from storms this holiday weekend. At least 3 bodies have been pulled from the Blanco River. Our Juliet Dreyer is live in Wimberley, one of the state's hardest hit areas. Juliet, good morning. But don't say we didn't warn you, folks, because a word of caution before you head out the door this morning. Don't block the box. Right. KITV's Juliet Dreyer, she joins us live from campus. And Juliet, I know you did your research. What kind of record does Smart bring to Austin? Good morning. So we wanted to see what people were saying. We went to Banjo. Once he announced, and you can just see some of the people that have posted stuff. This is a TBT, a throwback Thursday, I guess, to a time when Tebow was a Bronco, and they're Tebowing there. And then there's a more for the Pretzels family there. Tebow time in Philly. I'm telling you, this pretzel has become really popular. You know, I have to say, you definitely are the mom of the group here because you take care of us with things like this. Would you ever have thought to buy something like this? No. All right, let's do it. Ready? Bye, bye, Miss America.
You don't want to hear me sing.
Why not?
I'm not a great singer. I'll leave it to you.
You're not going to do it? Go, Jordan. What is it? Bye, bye, Miss America. No one can have fun this morning. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. There she goes. Good morning, folks. It is Wednesday, April 8th. Can you believe it? Already 8 days into April. Thanks for waking up with KITV Morning News. I'm Chris Saldana. Busy day when we're in legislative session. Today is lobby day. Lobbyists say funding for state services, well, it hasn't kept up with the state's population growth. And now, fewer state employees, they say the supply isn't meeting the demand. Priorities include pay raises for state workers, full funding for state employee pensions, and increased funding for state programs like Child Protective Services. They're also pushing lawmakers to re-regulate state skyrocketing college tuition and increase funding for the university so cuts don't happen and tuition isn't raised. The Justice Department is talking about its DEA program that monitors thousands of American phone calls. USA Today reports the program targeted certain countries linked to drug trafficking, but did not monitor places like Canada, Mexico, and most of Central and South America. Texas's own ice creamery facing some more recalls this morning. Bluebell is now expanding the recall of products made at its Broken Arrow, Oklahoma plant. This does include banana pudding ice cream pints that have tested positive for listeria. The company is already recalling 7 other products made at the plant which tested positive for the same bacteria. The company announced Friday it was temporarily closing the Broken Arrow plant as the FDA does investigate. South Carolina police officers behind bars this morning. Officer Michael Slager charged with the murder after shooting and killing an unarmed black man. Stacey Cohen is in Washington, D.C. this morning with more on this. Good morning, Stacey. And Stacey, before we let you go this morning, now, how did this all start? Why did the officers stop Walter Scott originally? Austinites are turning more and more to companies like Uber and Lyft for rides instead of the old school taxi cab way. Taxi cab industry is now facing stricter regulations as the city considers amendments to the taxi cab ordinance. It would include tightening accessible service requirements, and drivers would be required to accept credit card payments. Some drivers say it would be a wake-up call to get with the times. This week, victims of the 2009 Fort Hood shootings are going to be honored with the Purple Heart. The move recognizes this shooting as a domestic terrorism instead of workplace violence. Victims and their families have been fighting for the past 4 years to be intact, to get the shootings reclassified. This would allow access to certain benefits. Nadal Hassan is on death row for that shooting that killed 13 people and hurt 30 others. The awards will be handed out on Friday. Washing the dishes for a Texas dad turned dangerous after he accidentally slit his wrist.
Oh my God.
It is 5:12. Do you ever get a little jealous, maybe seeing some of your friends and what they're up to on Facebook because of what they post?
Sometimes when they post really cool pictures, right?
I only get jealous when they're on vacation and that they're out when I'm coming into work.
Yeah, that's
That's the only time. You're getting married in a few months, so how would it be if someone could pick up the tab?
Absolutely amazing.
You'd love it, wouldn't you? Well, Burger King is now picking up the tab for an Illinois couple ready to tie the knot. It's all because of their name. You ready? Their name are Joel Berger and Ashley King. They've been together since 5th grade. Their friends call them Burger King. So to celebrate their engagement, they snapped a picture outside of one of the fast food restaurants, posted it online, and the company saw it, and now they plan for paying for the couple's wedding, along with handing out some party favors. You guessed it, with some Burger King logos.
Nice. I bet she's out there like, well, okay, I wasn't going to have this, but now I want a photo booth, and now I want this.
I want Whoppers for all my guests.
Hey, that's a good idea. Late night Whoppers.
Whoppers after dancing up a storm?
Yeah, you know.
It works, Erica.
That's a good one. I like it.
Well, a town near Corpus Christi may have a religious miracle. I laugh because it's in a matter of an hour and a half. Things change.
Lights go on.
Traffic picks up, the lights come on, and everybody's ready for work. One of the most talked about issues of the 84th legislature hits the House floor this morning. We want to know, plenty of people are already weighing in on the open carry on our KITV Facebook page. If you would like to join in on this conversation, just look for the story on our page. Leave some comments. We'd love to share what some of you are saying in our next hour. The mom of the little boy who fell into a cheetah exhibit over the weekend, she's now been charged. Now, we told you about this story yesterday. The boy apparently being dangled over the cheetah tank at the Cleveland Zoo when he fell 12 feet below. So officials say the mother was the one holding on to the 2-year-old over the edge. The boy's 38-year-old mother now charged with a misdemeanor child endangerment. His father was also with him at the zoo, but we're told he has not been charged. The trial of a U.S. Marine charged with murdering a transgender Filipino picks back up today in the Philippines. Private First Class Joseph Pemberton from Massachusetts is accused of strangling the woman and drowning her in a hotel toilet last October. Pemberton is charged with murder, which carries a maximum penalty of life in prison. The court registered a not guilty plea for him last month after he refused to enter a plea. This case has reignited debate over custody of U.S. military personnel accused of crimes in the Philippines.
Cool.
All right, if you are getting up and doing something, come to your screen. You're going to want to watch this story. Once you see their cause, you'll understand why. Here's Michelle Guile to share their song of inspiration. All right, how can you not appreciate those little boys and that little girl in there? Nathan, he's just my hero for today. Just motivates you. All right, so here's how you can help. You can donate to their school. We posted a link on KITV.com.
Yeah.
So what's your morning routine? You drink coffee.
I'm a coffee drinker.
But what do you think about a nice cup of maybe chocolate milk? Remember those days?
Milk. I still have those days. Yeah, after you run, you're supposed to drink chocolate milk. Just a little side note.
My favorite was always the strawberry mix.
Oh, really?
I like it better than chocolate. Yeah. So your morning glass of Nesquik, it could be changing next month. Do you want to do that?
We should get some now.
Yeah. All right, I'll look into that.
Next time I'll get chocolate, you get
I'll get strawberry, and then once the others come out, we'll do a taste off.
And see if the color's different.
We'll get them to do it.
Okay.
And see
then see if they can do it.
If they can taste the difference.
I like it.
Yeah.
And then we'll drink the leftovers.
Yeah, beet juice. Our producer just said that it helps with liver.
Oh, that's good. Healthier.
Good combination there. It's Friday, April 3rd. Good Friday. Thanks for waking up with KITV Morning News. I'm Chris Saldana. Thanks so much. This next story was developing yesterday during our newscast in the morning. Initially, it was, 15 people were presumed dead. Sadly, that number has skyrocketed to 147 people are now dead after an attack Thursday by extremists on a college in northeastern Kenya. A person has been arrested after a shooting in South Austin. This happened just before 8 o'clock on Thursday night at Roxana Drive in Tabor Court. Police believe this all started as a dispute between neighbors and grew to include between 50 to 60 people. During that fight, police say a man in his 20s fired a gun up to 6 times. One man, also in his 20s, was hit and is expected to be okay. Most of the people fighting took off when police did arrive. So, yeah, what we would do when I was younger is we would make these ourselves. You can buy these now at H-E-B. We would eat so many eggs leading up to Easter, try to eat as many as we could, dry the shell out, then dye them, and then stuff them with confetti. So you see, these are the actual cascarones, and then there's confetti in them. So
fun.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that because, there's so many people do so many things for Easter, and this is one of them. And the crazy thing is that you can buy these now. You're saying that you buy them at H-E-B. Yeah. And you can buy them now. Yeah. We would make them. So I just wanted to share this pick of my week because I was thinking of reading more stories about this, and a lot of people are now making these traditions, and I enjoy it. So this was your Easter egg hunt.
I'm kind of afraid that you're going to
No, we're sporting. No. We're actually,
doing with those?
We're sporting the glasses. We're getting into Easter spirit, but these are what our Easter egg hunt consisted of. The plastic-filled candy was one of them as well.
We did real eggs, like real hard-boiled eggs, and so then it was like you had to remember where they were so you could actually find them.
Those are fun too. But in the spirit of Easter, Jordan and I just wanted to say happy Easter to you guys as well. You knew it was coming. You were expecting it from over here. We'll vacuum all this up. Happy Easter, folks, from all of us. Have a safe Easter. Stay dry. Have a morning tea as well. We'll be back at 25 with more headlines.
We're never going to get those out.
We're not. They're going to be mad at us.